I see Tall Boy on the countdown.
All right, folks. Who knows what's going on? We are
Facebook.
live, though. Shouts out to being able to pivot
Nothing.
really quick. We had issues. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, thank y'all for joining the lab today, June 16th, Wednesday. Tall Boy, hopefully you're there. I know you stuttering a little bit over there.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So check this out, folks. We started with
Can you hear
vMix,
me?
and there were some issues on that side trying to get the stream going. So Tallboy started his stream over there. We decided to pivot in the middle, move over to Ecamm, and I kicked it off on my side. It was going through the countdown without any problems. But then right before the countdown ended, it actually kicked us off of Ecamm as well. So we were giving Tallboy a hard time thinking that it was all vMix's issues, but it's not. So he's over there probably breathing a sigh of relief because it's not just his janky system. Needless to say, this is what happens when you go live, when you're live streaming, and being able to bend and flex and be adaptable to what's going on and still put on a show for folks. That's what we do. Not even gonna mess around and not even going to harp on the negativity and gonna learn from it, because at least we had multiple options when vMix blew up. Right, we were able to move over to Ecamm. If Ecamm had blown up, we were going to pivot and go over to, heck, I would have gone to StreamYard, right? We'd have found a way to make it happen to bring y'all a show. So no more countdown timers, no more delays. Y'all don't need to see me dancing, but shouts out to how it's all works. Shouts out to Press and So, because I'm wearing their gear. My man Kirk R. Nugent. But today we got a guest. We got a guest. I see Tallboy still stalling over there on his Georgia-based internet service. The man in the middle, talk to me over there, Hurricane Dave Smith. How you living, man? Oh, he frozen too. This is just brutal, y'all. Keely, I don't know what's going on. Look, again, I'm producing now. It came through. I'm doing phenomenal. I'm looking at internet bandwidth. It's fine over here in Northern California, but these gentlemen over on the East Coast, I don't know what's going on. Cali Cam, I see you. I see Cali Cam in the room too. Appreciate you for following the craziness of tonight. Dave and Tallboy, won't y'all just dial back in? I know y'all coming in off of PCs and those just don't always do what they're supposed to do. I apologize for that. We do have a lot of stories that I would like to talk about with you gentlemen. So it is not a good look right now to have y'all on screen. So good Lord, there you go. You back? Sammy Superstars in the building too. Let me go ahead and put my people on screen because we love our people. Love our people. There we go. There we go. Throw Cali Cam on the building there. Yeah, I'm straight green with my bandwidth right now, so I have no issues, which is why I guess I'm coming through okay, but everyone else seems to be having problems on there. Maybe they got hit with a ransomware attack. Yeah, I don't know. Sammy Superstar. I was rocking your gear yesterday, bruh. So I can't wear it today because it'd be bad to wear the same stuff twice in a row. But just let you know, I was rocking my red Superstar gear yesterday. Got a couple of compliments. So maybe I sold you something. Maybe you get that $10 commission. I don't know. This brother is not coming on screen, so I'm gonna pull him off and move forward. Hopefully they come back. So this week's stories. It's not. Yeah. See, I still blame vMix. Yeah, that's where it all started. It really is. That's where it all started. He was doing a great job getting it all set up. So I got to give him props. I know I talk a lot of crap all the time, but Tallboy was doing a lot of heavy lifting this week. He was out there doing promotions on LinkedIn. He did the big view marketing reel, put that out there, solidified the guest that we have for this week. So he did a lot of great work, but unfortunately, when it's time to hit the button and go live, something happened. There were gremlins in the system. Maybe it was because I've talked so much trash about Mark Zuckerberg over the years that just blew up everything. Let me see if he is able to get back on screen so we can at least have a conversation. Let's see if I can get this man back on screen. Hurricane Dave, how you living, brother? You at least in the building, right? I see you. Talk to us. Now you muted, brother. No, you
Yeah, oh
muted.
yeah. I
Oh, there
see
you
you and
go.
I hear
Take
you.
it. Take
And
yourself off mute, God
an
dog.
interesting evening.
Hey, but you know what? We like I was saying in
I'm on
my.
mute.
No, you good. Like I was saying in the intro there, we bend and we flex and we adapt, and we still make it happen. Luckily,
Yep.
again, the benefit of being able to live stream is we have options. So yeah, we tried
Mhm.
vMix. It's horrible. Uh, it's horrible. But luckily we were able to get Ecamm running as always, and let's let the folks know who you are. So let's go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks, man. Tell little people about who you
Sure.
are.
Hurricane Dave Smith. I am certainly part of the Ecamm family. So one time for Ecamm, and it's cool that you guys had a setup where you can quickly maneuver and get a plan B going. So that's a beautiful thing. My background is in the radio broadcasting business, about 40 something years in radio. About I think probably less than a year, maybe a year into the streaming stuff. Doing a lot of different things, working on some self help stuff. I'm a certified coach from NLP. I do a lot of different things. I'm into graphics. I'm a SaaS master, is what some folks like to say, because I'm addicted to the SaaS programs, and of course that stands for software as a service. So I'm addicted to lifetime deals, those type of things. But just love all things social media. So you can find me at hurricanedave.com, on Instagram and all the other social media outlets, pretty much at Hurricane Dave.
Yeah. So until Tallboy gets his environment up and running, let's have a conversation about that. And I'm actually going to pivot instead of the conversations that we were going to have, and let's talk a little bit about software as a service because by day I'm an engineering architect anyway, right? So I'm that by trade.
From day one, this was built from the ground up to be able to pay content providers.
Right.
And now you see a lot of people, even Clubhouse now starting to pay people who are speakers or giving them opportunities to get a tip. Well, fan base, and I'm not speaking as an official representative for the company. I'm an investor in the company. Let me be clear about that.
I should put a disclaimer on the
Yeah,
screen, right?
yeah, yeah.
You're not
But
an
I'm
official
sure,
representative.
sure
I just
no,
play a financial advisor on the internet. I'm not one in real life, right? That kind of thing. It's
yeah,
all good.
exactly. I'm sure I could be okay with me talking about it because I'm very passionate about that platform. I think it's an awesome platform.
Yeah.
So I'm into software and tech companies, into Bitcoin and different cryptocurrencies. I've been a part of that kind of scene for the last 6 or 7 years. And I'm excited about just technology. So when you guys have this show, called the Lab, and you're talking about technology and those type of things, it's very intriguing for me. And I've seen
Mhm.
you guys before on Facebook and on your YouTube,
Yeah.
and Tallboy and I used to work together. So when he said, "Hey man, you want to be in the lab?" and I was like, "Yeah, of
I love
course,
it.
love to
I
be in
love it.
the lab."
I
Yeah,
tell you what, I am not going to get. I'm not going to not allow him to have the conversation about the topics that we wanted to talk. But so since we did have the runner show already set, and I know he had some ideas that he wanted to say. Until he gets his stuff taken care of, I won't address those topics. But I want to go
sure.
into some of the things that you're passionate about and some of the things that you've already talked about as well. So like you've mentioned already a couple of things that I think the audience would be aware of and that we can talk about, like Clubhouse.
Yes.
Clubhouse is interesting. I just recently got the approval or the ability to monetize on Clubhouse, and
Mm-hmm.
I personally haven't gone online as much as I probably
Mm-hmm.
should because I was waiting for Twitter. I was waiting for Twitter Spaces to really catch on, right? Because everyone is now seeing the value of having those audio conversations, right? So Spotify just launched, I think it was today, their it used to be called
Yeah,
Locker Room, right?
yeah, they bought.
And it literally just launched that. It's called Green Room now, right? So their equivalent of Clubhouse. Talk to me what you think about that type of social communication, that type of a social network, and if you think that's going to be around for a while, or if that's just something that's just a fly by night type of an
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, thanks, James. I appreciate that. I think Clubhouse and those programs are going to be around for a while. Clubhouse is like the leader now. You know, one little more thing about Fanbase. Fanbase has the audio chat feature as well. But yeah, I think those type of platforms are going to be around for a long time. Now, it all just depends on when people use those Clubhouse rooms. It's really about getting in a room with lots of people and lots of stars, or it could be a small room. It could be 20 people in the room, but you'll have an opportunity to have a conversation with someone that you may have never had an opportunity to have a conversation with. And that's really the cool part of it. Now, I do know some people who host rooms that work for some of the major trade magazines. And I don't know, I think they're kind of missing the boat. Like if you got a CEO of a large radio company, and that's the background that I've spent 40 something years in, and you say, hey, we have them in Clubhouse, but you don't allow the audience to get up on stage or ask them a question, then that's really more like a podcast. That's not like being in a Clubhouse or being in the room if you can't raise your hand and ask that person a question. Because I've been in a couple of rooms like, oh, I would love to have a conversation with that person or ask that person a question directly. And if that situation never rises, then I could have just listened to a podcast version of it. So I hope when people do these rooms, and I'm going to be hosting some rooms as well for Hurricane Dave University. It's all about conversation and exchanging information back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're going to have a troll in there from time to time. You got to quickly get rid of them. But for those who want to learn and be in a room, like you can be in a room with a Will Smith or
Right.
with a major person and just be able to ask them a question, I think those platforms are awesome. I actually joined Locker Room when I found out that Spotify bought them. And then, of course, Mark Cuban has a Fireside Chat as well. Are you on Fireside Chat?
Yeah. I was actually in the Clubhouse room when Elon Musk was in there with the CEO of Robinhood.
Oh, wow.
Right. So that was probably the first time. I don't know if it's happened since. The first time that a Clubhouse room actually reached capacity, and there were overflow rooms. Right. So again, being able to have those types of discussions with that caliber of person. Right. I mean, I've been in there with Steve Ballmer, Ethan. I'm not Ethan, but Elon Musk and things of that nature, and hearing the conversations they're having and they're dispelling. That's very valuable to be able to have access to those folks, even if it's mainly one way, because you really can't get on, like at the Clubhouse, you can't get on stage and actually talk with them. A lot of times it's top down kind of things. But I just love how that just really just levels the playing field for technology, any kind of conversation, not just technology, but anything that you're interested in. And I love how the whole greenhouse or the whole Spotify integration has happened. I wish Twitter Spaces would kick on, because I mean, I've got a pretty decent following on Twitter, and I would love to be able to bring that community, have a conversation, and and let that blossom into something else as well. So,
yeah, well, I think it's really big for some of these streaming services. Like if you think about Spotify, and they do the concert or they have an album release for an artist that's coming out, and they have them in that room. And as a fan, you can have an opportunity to talk to one of your favorite artists, and not all being in the same house where you can get their album and play their album, stream their album.
Yeah.
I think these rooms are very valuable.
Look, I've been in rooms with like 21 Savage, right? And 21 Savage, he's not always talking about music. He's talking about investments. He's talking about, look, I take my money and I put it where it's supposed to be, and trying to school these youngsters that, don't just go out there and buy all the jewelry all the time and buy all the spinning rims. I don't know. Do kids still buy spinning rims? I don't know. I think so. See, I just dated myself with that one, right? Oh, but you know what I'm saying, right? So 21's in there talking about, look, these are the things that I'm doing with my money. I'm not in debt to anyone. I own my property, my land, my vehicles, things of that nature. And I hope and someone like him, I think, can reach the youth a little bit easier, I think, sometimes than parents can, because again, a lot of times these kids are listening to these celebrities, these entertainers and things of that nature, and they have a little bit more influence on the youth there. So let's talk a little bit about some of the other things that you're into in technology, because again, on the lab we typically talk about consumer technology, and again, since Tallboy's not here, I'm not going to go into too much of the other topics. There is one particular that I want to talk about, because I'm gonna be part of it this week anyway. But I understand you're a drone guy too.
Yes,
Huh?
yes, yes.
Let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
drones, brother.
Okay.
Look,
All
look.
right.
I'm a old DJI guy myself. So shouts out to DJI as well. I just picked up some gear.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, look,
yeah,
I'm trying to get back out in these streets. So
yeah.
I got the Pocket 2 Creator combo. I'm gonna be doing
Yep.
some things next week when I go down to Los Angeles. But
Is that a
what you flying?
is- what's the is that a 2.7K on that camera?
Oh,
I know it had to be upgraded because
oh,
before
hold
I
on.
got
Well,
the
let
first
me.
one.
God, well, see, hold on. Let me put my glasses on. See, God.
Yeah, the
Oh,
first one I know was like 1080p,
yeah.
but
No.
I think
So
that one had
I can actually do 4K in this one as well. So
4K on that. Wow.
it's yeah. It's by default it's 1080, but I can actually go 4K as well. And I'm bougie because I just am, and I can't do
Yeah,
720. I can barely do 1080, but I got to do 4K and then chop it up
yeah,
and do whatever.
yeah. I
So
understand. Well, yeah, I'm a huge DJI fan. I'm a DJI boy, as they say.
love it.
You know, I like Apple, just kind of like, Apple is that brand. When
Yes.
it comes to drones, that brand is DJI.
There's
And
nobody
I know
else.
that Tallboy, there's nobody else that can
Right.
really come close. Now, I will say, I do have a Skydio 2. I
Okay.
waited for that thing
Hmm.
over a year to come in. That's an American made company, and it's pretty cool. But I was, I was in my drone. I have a whole room dedicated to drones in my house, and it's a platform, and it's really pretty crazy. I should have brought some video in, but I have the DJI Inspire one. That's one of the big ones
Okay.
when
You
it
got
first
the
came
Inspire.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Inspire. I have the Phantom, the white version of it. I also have the Phantom Professional. I
Okay.
have two Mavic Pros because I was going
Nice.
to go on a trip
Yeah.
and I crashed my Mavic Pro and then I had to have it repaired. But I wanted to take that one on the particular trip, so I went to the store and bought another one. So I have two of those. I have a DJI Spark, which is the
Okay.
small one.
Yeah. The little
I have
guy.
Yep, I have the Mac Mini, which is one of my favorite ones because it's the little lightweight drone. I
Yes.
like to fly that one through windows of cars from time to time, windows down, of course, just to kind of like zoom through, which is camera, the gimbal.
Hmm.
I got that, the Ronin M. I got the DJI goggles. So
You
yeah, I'm
so
definitely.
hold on. You definitely keeping the economy going with all of the
I'm a
purchases.
DJI fan, bro.
Are you an
I
investor as well, right? I mean, put some of that money into
don't
the
sleep
back of
on
the
the.
house too, right? Yeah, put some of that money in the back of the house too. You invested?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I have a since my company is called one of my companies is called Dream About Drones.
Hmm.
Those are actual business expenses.
Okay. Oh, is that how you classified them
Yeah, so they're
for April
business
15th?
expenses.
Okay, that's all
Yeah,
good. Now that's interesting
yeah. Well,
that you've got so many. Let me.
I mean, but here's the deal. Say that again.
No, it's interesting that you've got so many. So I had the first Phantom, fell in love with it, then got the Mavic. I also crashed my Mavic. I went on a trip to Ireland and shot some footage, and I crashed it into a castle in Ireland, which was not a good thing.
Hmm.
But it still worked after that. I was able to retrieve it and retrieve the footage. But um, I stopped flying for the reason that there were so many people. Is that tall
Tall
boy
boy
calling?
is actually on my cell phone. Tall
Well,
boy, what you saying, brother?
he needs to dial in.
I said, "Are you guys are being exclusive? I can't get in the room."
Oh, he can't get.
Listen, yeah, we're talking, and I just put you on speaker so they can hear you. So you can join us this way.
Don't say any bad words.
Don't say any
Okay,
bad words,
so you
James
guys
said.
have success. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into the eCam room,
Yeah.
and I can't get in the eCam room. I'm not even using vMix. I'm just trying to come in the regular way, and I have no success.
I could say something about it being a Windows thing since Mr. Hicks and I are Mac guys, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, I'm glad you guys are having success. I'm going to try and find a way to get into eCam somehow, shape, form, or fashion.
Okay. Well, we're saving the topics that you wanted to talk about. Mr. Hicks did not want to cover that. I should say, Jay, but he didn't want to cover anything that you wanted to cover out of respect, which I think is so dope that you guys have a great relationship.
You guys do do what you guys need to do, and I'll find a way to get in, and I can just tag team however I need to get in. So I just want to get in the room. That's the biggest thing. So I'm trying to join one more time.
Okay.
And it's saying it's connecting. I sent James a photo of what it looks like, but it just says connecting. So maybe he can send me another eCam link, possibly.
I don't know. Well, he can hear you. I don't see him. He's got me full screen while he's probably doing something in the background.
Gotcha. So what were you guys talking about? So maybe, I don't know how it would sound across the internet, but, maybe we
can... You know what I'm saying? Off the rails right now, and the audience is loving every bit of this right now because they're like saying, this fool right here.
Lab, our guest is actually improvising and running the show for us, who actually is the guest. So I definitely appreciate this embarrassing feat right here, and I'm pretty sure you're going to find a way to find some motivation out of this.
Yeah, somebody said that maybe you should clear your cache and then try again, or at least try from an incognito window. Maybe try that. This is so weird. I'm a guess. This is different. I'm gonna tell you, this is different. This is different.
This is your first time ever going live.
Yeah, this is my first time ever going live, and this is what I get to experience. And you talking about, well, you should be going live all the time. This is probably why I don't go live all the time.
Well, being able to be flexible in times like this is really.
I'm not that type of person, but I'm always a build it as you go type of guy. It's funny because I'm closing out of the link. I'm going back into his link.
I'm just gonna sit here and drink.
I don't see it.
Me too.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I wonder if I run it from my phone and run eCam through my phone, will I be able to come in that way?
You can do whatever you want to do. Check your email. I just sent you a brand new link. It's the same link.
Whole internet server, and I'm back up, refreshed, and I still can't get into the room.
Well, he said he just sent you a new link. Obviously, you can't hear him, so this is like he speaks, then it comes to me, and then I speak to you. That with the delay has got to be hilarious to somebody.
Hit the Spot 106 is coming with the bangers too right now. She's talking about the ultra high speed T-Mobile. Whatever internet he got.
Just to come at the end of running your own show.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to find a makeup and make sure we do it the proper way.
Okay, I'd love to come back on. I'd love to come back on.
All right, so I use this new link.
You already on.
This thing connecting over here. So what I would like to see is maybe I get off with you.
Yeah, get off with him so we can continue the discussion because we live.
From my phone.
Yeah, James said you should get off with me so we can continue because we are live.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Knowing that he went right there, wanted to say a couple of 4-5 syllable words right there.
Yeah. He's a good dude, though. Tallboy's got a good heart, and he's going to try to get in. So let's hope that he gets in. And,
definitely. Look, these things happen.
Yeah, they do. And this will be something, James, that I remember for some time. It's like the first time I went live. Interesting.
Look, and this is going to be blooper reel. I am definitely probably going to pull this off the channel because I don't want this showing up too far. But I'll cut this show up for sure. But let's get back into the drones, though, brother. I had a number of them. I stopped flying when so many people were being negligent and so many people were going out and like flying over fires or flying over landmarks that they weren't supposed to fly. I was literally ready to go take my Part 107, right? Take my pilot's license so I can fly over crowds and things like that. So do you have your Part 107 or have you
I sure do. I got licensed. Well, first, before you had to take the test, all you had to do was send in some paperwork. That's how long I've been. $5,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I tell you what, and I hate to interrupt you. So tell the people that are watching, what is the Part 107?
Well, Part 107 is the opportunity to be able to make money while flying drones. A lot of people have these drones and they're out there filming, but it's technically against the law to film from the sky, an aerial shot, even if you're doing a situation where you're filming a house for a residential client or something like that, and you're flying that drone, you can be in a lot of hot water if you sell that. Now, what a lot of people used to do is to kind of get around it. And I certainly didn't do it because that's just not how I get down. But a lot of people would say, okay, well, I'm not charging you for this footage. I'm charging you for the transportation that I have to go from my location to your location. And that's what I'm charging you for. Oh, by the way, here's some footage you might want to use.
Mm-hmm.
Not a smart thing to do. Not at all. Get your license, because if you're filming from the sky, you need to be certified by the FAA, or you can find yourself in a lot of water, so hot water. So that's one of the things you definitely want to do. Now, obviously, instead of just filling out a piece of paper, they make you take a pilot's test, and it's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it's I think you got to get like 80% right on a 150 question test, something along those lines. It's a couple-hour test. Some people blow through it. If you're really smart and you study, you're good. Other people have a challenge, but it costs you $150
Mm-hmm.
to take.
Yeah, you definitely got to pay for it. You definitely got to pay for it. That's good stuff. I want to bring some folks on that are jumping in right
That
now.
test.
Yeah.
It test again, but you have to pay in addition to FAA. I fly drones for fun, and
Let me put that on a T-shirt. I fly drones for fun. No, so we got to put that on a T-shirt. I fly drones for fun. Let me. I might reach out to my folks at Press and So. I like that.
And I got that trademark. I got that trademark, man.
Oh, damn! All right, all right. I tell you what. Let me. I see folks that are sitting, and I want to bring folks in that are in the green room. We've got my man Ethan from Fledging who is here. This is a good dude. I want you to meet him and have a brief conversation. Yes. I know he's got a hard stop in a few minutes, but let me see if I can bring him on. Ethan. Oh, this is. Let me change my names here. Ethan, you there, brother? You on screen? Talk to us. Oh. Hey. Does he not know he's on camera right now?
I don't think he's on camera. I only see me on the preview.
There he is. He should be there. You sitting there checking your lottery numbers or something, brother? Oh, see, we got a whole problem going on the East Coast, because Atlanta just went down and now Alabama just went down, but there's nothing wrong with California. That's crazy. You notice that, Dave? So where are you physically located at? Because Ethan is in Alabama. I'm in California, and I'm wondering if there's just an issue from an internet perspective that's affecting the right side of the country, because Tallboy typically doesn't have any problems. He's got great internet service, and I've never seen him go down like this before. And you're over there as well. I'm just picking at the sky right here and trying to wonder what's going on, because again, I'm looking. I always have my bandwidth statistics up, and you're an Ecamm guy as well, right? So in one of the screens that you have when you're streaming is have your bandwidth statistics up. So I'm actually doing really well in terms of the feed that's coming from my location. That's interesting to see there. Busy checking the stocks. Pretty. This is going sideways, left and right. At least we're having some decent conversations. Dave, I think you are muted though as well, brother. So if you can unmute yourself, that would be awesome, so we can continue to have a conversation with you. Yeah, it's all tore up. If you can't unmute yourself, then there is the problem that right there. I think that there. You know what? Hold on. I wonder if there's literally. So let me see. Let me take this time to build out something. See if we got any outages going on. And I check AWS service that typically has issues. Increased API error rates out of Ohio. Relational database instances unavailable out of Ohio. So it depends on where that could be telling, right? In terms of what's going on with the services and the capabilities for folks that are coming from the Midwest and the East Coast right now, because a lot of these web types of services and probably how they're connecting to the internet and the relays and things of that nature, this may be something that's causing some of the connection problems that they're having. I tell you what, I would much prefer to do the show where it's stable and where the guests and my co-hosts are able to effectively log in and do what it is that we do. I apologize, folks, for the technical glitches that we had, but this is one of the things that happens when you go live. We can't control the internet. It's neither here nor there. Tallboy has a phenomenal internet connection. Typically, it's just some issues that are happening right now across the internet with whatever that backplane is. Dave is in that same region. Ethan's consequently in the same region, right? Alabama, Atlanta, that whole Georgia area. They're all jacked up right now. We will be back next week for sure without any problems. Appreciate you guys for joining us and watching the mayhem. Hopefully it was exciting. This stream will be taken down from the site, so don't expect it to be used as a case study in the CAM network or anything of that nature. But I appreciate you. Tallboy appreciates you. We will get Dave back. We will get Ethan from Fledging back to have a conversation about their offerings. They've got some great offerings, especially for folks that have tablets. Well, primarily iPads, right? They've got the dock that has the multiple connections on the back of the iPad, which I use and I really highly recommend. I use their external SSD drive, which has saved my life, which saved my life a couple of weeks ago when I installed the latest OS version for the Mac. I installed Monterey, right? So I'm part of the developers program. So I installed that and it completely blew up half of my machine. I couldn't load Ecamm or anything. But so shouts out to Ken and Glenn for quickly developing a patch for us early adopters. But I had to use this external SSD to rebuild my system during that time when I was down and out. Yeah, there you go. Cali Cam, I see you. Appreciate you. We will keep it going. Hit the spot 1006. I hope you got your Berkshire Hathaway on the stash party tonight. I got mine. Sammy Cool. I love you, brother. You're a good man. Keep doing what you're doing. And look, Keely, you know how I feel about you. You number one, partner. You number one. So folks, be good to yourself. Again, I apologize for any inconvenience that we may have had. Hopefully you were entertained for the brief moments that we were online. We will be back up and running next week. Join the stream tomorrow. I'll be running the next tomorrow for Team No Sleep, and it should work pretty good. We got Ray Leonard Jr., so Sugar Ray Leonard's son, on with my man Montel Allen and myself for Team No Sleep. So hopefully you can join us then. Be good to yourself. I'm out.